Murray here from the Apartment Specialists. Welcome to our channel. Today we've got Chris here from the team.
Hi, how you doing?
Cool. Now today we're talking about to sell or not to sell.
Yeah.
We have a lot of owners who have obvious decisions to sell, death, divorce, a change of living circumstances, the normal stuff.
Yep.
Then we also have a lot of owners who come to us and go, do you think we should sell?
Yeah.
Now that's something we don't have the answer for, but you do if we ask you the right questions. So there are three main questions. Chris, why don't you take off with the first one?
The first one is obviously, well, if you do sell and you get that lump of money, what are you planning to do with it? Because that's the most important thing, I guess. What's the goal? What's the reason that you're selling? And what are you going to do with that money? Now, lots of people that we work with will actually say, well, hang on a sec, like, now you've asked me that, I know my goal is to put my money elsewhere where it's going to work harder for me, it's going to be geared better for me, and I'm going to get a better return. So we take them through the process of looking, well, what are you getting for your money now, where it is with this apartment, and then what are you going to get in the future? Other people need it for personal reasons, and other people need it for maybe business decisions that will give them as well going forward. But unless someone's actually got an end goal, our recommendation is hold tight until you do have that end goal of why you are actually selling.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, we're buying property to make money.
Yeah.
If it's not about a personal reason. So yeah, it's about making money. The building and the area. You see, Auckland, as we know, is changing so much. And so with that, with the surroundings changing, so are the values.
Yep.
So for example, if you've got an apartment where the view is going to be built out, or what's being built around it is not going to be great for your apartment. Let's say you've got a high-end apartment, it's worth millions of dollars, and all of a sudden you're going to be surrounded by student apartments. Well, you know your values are going to go down. So before they do, have a think about it. The other one is obviously the state of your building.
Yeah.
Some buildings aren't being looked after, and unfortunately as one owner you do have a say, but you can't always change that. And if you foresee that, it sometimes can be good to get out and move somewhere else.
Got to trust your gut sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the next one, I'll let you go over types of stock.
Yeah, the types of stock. I mean, in this current market that we're in now, if someone came to me and they had a high-end apartment, like we had a client recently that had a $2 million apartment, and he was selling it, and then he looked at the situation, and rightly so, and was like, well, hang on a sec, like, there's not many of these apartments getting built in this boom. There's less and less of them available. More and more people are liking the idea of apartment living. I'm going to hold on to this, and I think I'm going to get more capital gain in the future. Opposed to this, like at the moment in the current boom as well, we've also got lots of more student stock coming out. So if I was the owner of a particular studio, okay, or a small one bedroom that I know was rented out, but I also look around me and I say, well, hang on a sec, there's lots of similar buildings getting built around me. I know this might affect me in one or two ways or both ways. A, the values might get affected, okay? But on top of this as well, the rent that I'm able to command might also get affected. So I might look at that and talk it over with the client and say, well, hang on a sec, this could be a good time to get out, but obviously the decision is always yours.
100%, and it gets even more important with things like leasehold.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably around about 7 or 8 different types of apartment stock, and each one is behaving slightly different at any one time. And obviously we can help you with that to add into that mix of your decision process. But also, talk to your accountant, talk to your lawyer, talk to your other friends and people knowledgeable about property to get that overall picture and that ultimate goal, as you first said, to make more money. Okay, where is your money best put?
That's it.
And it could be right still with an apartment.
Just never let a real estate agent tell you.
No, use it as part of the equation. Part of the equation to give you the questions to help figure it out.
Yeah.
Good point. Anyway, Andrew Murray, thanks Chris for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our channel. Any questions, if it's really personal, send it to chris@apartmentspecialist.co.nz or Andrew at Apartment Specialist, or otherwise put questions in the comments below, or please like us on Instagram, Facebook or YouTube. Cheers.
Cheers.